Network Nickelodeon was.
Let's check out the history of the Nintendo Land Hotel. I thought they had a Nintendo Land. Sorry guys, Nickelodeon Hotel.
Forever with the premiere of.
They have a hotel?
1999, the Children's Network Nickelodeon was changed forever with the premiere of a new cartoon series named SpongeBob SquarePants. Nickelodeon had developed many popular
AKA their flagship series. I think this actually saved their company as a whole.
TV shows in its 20-year existence.
As a whole.
A hit like SpongeBob. The show debuted to high ratings, with an audience comparable to Nickelodeon's biggest series at the time, Rugrats.
Oh yeah, that's gonna knock Rugrats out of the water.
Bob found massive success in an area that other Nickelodeon shows hadn't: merchandising. The company had purposefully shied away from extending the brand too far from the network itself. While Nickelodeon
like it's a sponge, bro. Like a kitchen appliance.
Turned some of its products
and like a biological organism. It's both.
Properties into toys, feature films, and video games. They feared that too much merchandising would contradict the brand's goal of appealing to young audiences.
I had a good hypothesis thinking about that.
Nickelodeon was supposed to appear as a network run by kids, for kids, and the executives believed that children could tell when they were being advertised to, thus interfering with the channel's primary objective.
Jeez, bro, they're getting like university professors to come up with these ideas, man.
Of this, a general distaste for the Walt Disney Company and its practices had solidified Nickelodeon's motivation to limit size and avoid feeling corporate. All of this was thrown out the window after SpongeBob premiered. The potential profit from merchandising the show's characters and setting was
there's a business model, and they realize they gotta follow that business model, it seems.
Large to ignore, and the title character would turn into Nickelodeon's unofficial mascot, its own Mickey Mouse, within just a few years. It appeared as though Nickelodeon was cashing in, but they were still concerned with expanding outside of their comfort zone and tarnishing their brand, in lieu of building its own story.
Nah, that's the exact opposite of what there it is, guys.
Like Disney, a type of project that was deemed too risky. Nickelodeon instead licensed its properties to anyone that wanted them. If you could slap a SpongeBob sticker on it, then Nickelodeon would sign a document that legally allowed you to slap a SpongeBob sticker on it. And since they were already
yeah, definitely the SpongeBob memorabilia is everywhere, man.
Beginning to look like their main competitor.
It's kind of a good mascot to have, really. Just like a giant sponge.
Why not act like them too? And what's more Disney than rushing into a huge, difficult project fueled by temporary...
If you watch our other video on Nickelodeon, they're double downing on the bright colors here. We got yellow, we got orange.
Success. Welcome to the Nick Hotel. Going up?
No, I think they had the funds to launch one of these, man. Season 2. There's seasons to this, guys.
On October 9th, 2003, Nickelodeon announced that they had formed a partnership with the hotel chain Holiday Inn for the purpose of transforming its Orlando resort, the Holiday Inn Family Suites Resort, into the first ever Nickelodeon hotel. The property was less than 5 years old, having just
they launched it then.
Opened in the summer of 1999. The resort was Holiday Inn's first all-suite hotel, featuring 800 suites, 2 pools, water playgrounds,
800,
a restaurant, and a food court.
60-inch TV?
The hotel was located just east of the Walt Disney World Resort, and transportation was provided to all 4.
Okay, right next to Walt Disney World Resort. That's probably one of the best spots you can put a place like this, guys. But I've never been to this place.
4 Disney parks. Nickelodeon had originally considered constructing a new resort themselves, but decided against this due to their constant fear of failure. Orlando was of course the perfect location for the
That's like the story of my life, man.
resort's pilot test. It had a huge tourist population of families and young children, and the company had 2 attractions at Universal Studios Florida, Nickelodeon Studios and the newly opened Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast. The Holiday Inn was located closer
No, that's super cool though.
to Walt Disney World than it was to Universal Studios, but Nickelodeon would take what they could get.
I've never been to one. I only been to Knott's, bro.
During the announcement, Nickelodeon revealed that they had plans to build 4 more resorts throughout the country. The transformation of the Holiday Inn Family Suites Resort was to be completed in early 2005, and the renovation would cost an estimated $20 million.
Water parks are like one of the best inventions out there, man. If we could get like an indoor water park, so it always, make sure it's the right temperature, that would be amazing.
Nickelodeon began advertising the resort leading up to its release, and parents began to book their stays at the new hotel.
Did you hear? Nickelodeon has built a hotel just for you. Opening this Memorial Day, the brand new Nickelodeon Family Suites by Holiday Inn in Orlando, Florida. You get your own bedroom. Sweet! 2 humongous pools with slides and flumes, a giant arcade, character breakfasts, and live Nick entertainment.
Guys, I remember every game in that arcade.
Parents can book reservations by logging on to www.nickhotel.com or call 1-866-GO-TO-NICK.
On March 9, 2005, the Nickelodeon Family Suites Holiday Inn, commonly referred to as the Nick Hotel, opened its doors. Guests would walk up to the bright orange resort, with characters peeking through the window of the main entrance. This led to the lobby and check-in desk.
No, it looks so awesome, man. Look at it.
There were 4 room layouts that guests could choose from. The first was a 1-bedroom suite.
I'm just so confused, because the name of this channel is called Defunctland. So is he just gonna like point out how this like whole thing went down, bro? 1-bedroom kitchen suites. They give you a full-on apartment.
Suite designed for 1 to 2 people. This included a...
What if they just opened like instead of like a resort or whatever, just like a motel or something?
King-sized bed, full kitchen, and a dishwasher. The second was a 2-bedroom kid suite. This included a private parents' room, a living area, a bathroom, and a themed kids' room. The kids' room would either feature a bunk bed or 2 twin beds, and the rooms were themed to different Nickelodeon properties, such as SpongeBob, The Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, Dora the Explorer, Rugrats, Danny Phantom, and more. Guests could request a specific character room and would be assigned to it if available. The kids' rooms also featured a television, and some came with a PlayStation 2. Guests could rent games from the hotel for $5 or bring their own. There was also a CD player and an activity table in most of...
Oh yeah, that's the kind of chairs they gave us in elementary school. I remember those.
The suites. Unlike the parents' room, there was no door separating the kids' room from the living area. This was due to a county law restricting doors on kid suites for safety reasons. The parents' room was unthemed and featured 2 side tables, a closet, a 25-inch TV, and a makeup desk. The main living area featured a pull-out couch, a rocking chair, a dining table, and a 25-inch TV. The third...
Yeah, it's just... That's how the living situations looked back then, guys.
Suite layout was a 3-bedroom kid suite. This came with 2 private parent rooms, both with
2 private parent rooms. Okay. This is a full-on freaking house and a half, bro.
King-sized beds, a themed kids
Might as well put a laundry room
with a bunk bed and pull-out cot, a full kitchen, a full dining room, and 2 bathrooms. The fourth and final layout was Nick Hotel's honeymoon suite, called the Nick at Night Suite.
Oh yeah.
This included a heart-shaped whirlpool, mood lighting,
No, that's so cool though.
scented bath.
Whenever somebody mentions a jacuzzi, I get happy, man. Like
Lotion,
that's on my bucket list. I want a jacuzzi.
an extra-large shower,
Pay-per-view movies.
Baby,
and only 1 private bedroom.
leave those kids at home.
For some reason, these rooms didn't last very long, and it seems that they were discontinued within a few years of the hotel's opening. All suites had the option of a wake-up call from a Nickelodeon character, and simple room service was available. The suite
Oh, that's cool. Wait. Let's look at the menu. I just want to look at the
discontinued
menu.
within a few years of the hotel's opening. All suites had the option of a wake-up call from a Nickelodeon character, and simple room
Half rack ribs, $10. Oh my gosh, these will not. These are not going to be the prices now. Now, you know what I mean? $20 for a freaking steak with sides, bro. Wow, inflation hit us hard, guys. Cheese sticks.
Room service was available.
Ooh, a pretzel roll sounds good. I don't know what gorgonzola mayo is, though. Somebody's gonna have to refresh me. If you guys know what it is, please let me know in the comments.
The suites open from the outside, resulting in the kids' suites having no windows. 14 six-story buildings
What's up,
house
Year
the
Valley?
suites. The main structure comprised of 9 buildings, enclosing the lagoon pool, and the other 5 buildings enclosed the Oasis pool. The main area also featured the lobby, the fitness center, and Studio B, which was a space for special events such as conferences, birthday parties, and starting in 2009
Oh, they got PS3s and Xboxes.
for unexplicable reasons, weddings. The lagoon pool featured a basketball court, mini golf, a pool and a kiddie area, the Lagoon Bar and Grill poolside restaurant, and a large water park, the main attraction for children staying at the resort. The water park featured large cutouts of Nickelodeon
Nah, bro, I'll totally be down to try that.
characters, multiple
But nah, that's not the biggest water park.
water slides, water features, and a large water bucket at the top of
Imagine there during the winter, which at the time of recording this video, it is. So
the structure. This would periodically fill up, tip over, and
no,
douse
that's so
guests with
cool.
water. And at
That's so
certain times of
cool.
the
That's the coolest thing about it.
day, the water would be colored green to simulate slime. This was treated as a special event, with hotel employees gathering everyone and getting them excited for the mass sliming. The
That's so cool.
Oasis pool area featured another poolside bar, a kiddie area, a spa,
Nah.
and a less elaborate water park. This was supposed to be the more relaxing area than the often crowded lagoon pool. In between the 2 hotel structures would be a building referred to as the mall. The mall featured an arcade, a kids spa, and a gift shop, which sold both Nickelodeon and Universal Studios.
I am still like, I do not know what the word spa means. I always thought spa meant jacuzzi, bro. Whatever, man. People use the word spa so much, bro.
Merchandise. There was a 4D theater, which had a 3D screen, moving seats, bubbles, and water effects. This would show a SpongeBob 4D film, as well as 15-minute highlight reels
Wait, there's 4D?
from recent movies,
I thought we were on 3D. What is 4D, guys?
such as the Ice Age franchise, and later, Pacific Rim.
Nobody told us we went to 40 now. Okay.
There was also a theater named Studio Nick for game shows and live character shows. When the hotel opened, Studio Nick had 2 game shows, Who Knows Best and Nick Live. Who Knows Best was a game show that tested how well families knew each other, while Nick Live was a show.
No, that's so cool. Like, if they were still running this and they like aired some of the episodes, that would do so good for their business.
In which families would compete against other families in physical challenges and trivia, with the winner getting slimed. A smaller scale version of this show called Nick Live Poolside would be performed by the Lagoon Pool, with a small dunk tank dedicated to the show. The
That's so cool, though.
Nick Hotel also had a wide array of dining options. The mall had its own food court, with
Mini strip mall.
restaurants rotating in and
No
out
way.
from time to time.
I would
Restaurants
totally be down to grab a mall pizza.
included A&W, Pizza Hut Express, Antonio's Pizzeria, and Starbucks. There was a buffet
2
open
pizzas.
for breakfast and lunch, an adult bar
Oh, a buffet.
named the Nick at Night Lounge, and the
Wait.
hotel's signature restaurant, the Nicktoons Cafe. This reservation-only character dining restaurant served a breakfast and dinner buffet. The main appeal of the Nicktoons Cafe was, of course, the character meet and greets.
And now a brief tangent on Nickelodeon character costumes.
The Nick Hotel allowed guests to meet many of their favorite Nickelodeon characters. There
I still don't know if this is still a thing, guys. I just think, I assume it is not a thing no more. But I don't know.
were meet and greets set up throughout the hotel, Studio Nick character shows such as SpongeBob Live, and dance parties in the pool area. The art of turning a 2-dimensional cartoon into a 3-dimensional walk-around costume is underappreciated.
It's taking,
If done correctly,
this is Chuck E. Cheese, but with a lot more characters.
it can bring a beloved character to life. If done incorrectly, it is creepy. Today, Disney's walk-around characters rarely come off as unsettling. This is because of the talented actors that portray them, the brilliant artists that design them, and years of trial and error. Nickelodeon did not have the benefit of the latter. All of the Nick Hotel character costumes seem to be designed in such a way that the characters appear as though they are always smiling for a picture. However, this only works if they are staring directly at the camera, which they almost never are. On the other hand, Disney's costumes are designed to be multi-purpose.
It's one thing to point out.
For instance, when Mickey is smiling for a picture, he will tilt his head up slightly. By design, he appears to be smiling more from this angle. When he tilts his head back down, he is still smiling, but it is more neutral, as opposed to relentless and terrifying. Also, most Disney costumes are designed for some amount of neck movement. This gives the characters more life, as they don't appear as walking sculptures. Many of Nickelodeon's
I bet somebody having a job like this, they're going to have stories.
costumes featured heads that were too large to move. This
Jeez.
resulted in a surplus of premium-grade nightmare fuel. Made worse if the children actually did have a nightmare, they would turn on their bed light to reveal the character staring at them while they sleep. In short, every character at the
I totally forgot about his robot dog, man.
Nick Hotel looked like they were on drugs at all times. Characters appearing at the resort included SpongeBob, Squidward, Sandy, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Dora, Boots, Diego, Blue, Danny Phantom, Aang, Cosmo, Wanda, Jimmy Neutron, Angelica, the Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Yeah, they got quite a bit of a mascots.
Millie
And some of these mascots aren't even just Nickelodeon freaking mascots, bro. They're from other series.
and Geo
But then again, right next to Disney, so makes sense.
of Team Umizoomi, Ming Ming Duck Ling, Fanboy and
I don't know who that is.
Chum Chum, Chase and Marshall, the Paw Patrol dogs, Pablo, the Bubble Guppies, and Little Bill. The costume designs improved over time, but they were still not optimal for character shows.
But Squidward, today is the day that we honor the greatest sandwich in the 7 seas, the Krabby Patty.
Behind the mall, there was a man-made lake. While it was not accessible to guests, various statues of Nickelodeon characters were placed on it. The hotel also had Christmas festivities named the Let It Snow Celebration.
I would also want a man-made lake if I get a huge property.
The resort was decorated in bright Christmas lights, and it offered hot chocolate and s'mores around fire pits. Many of the walk-around characters were dressed in seasonal costumes, and there was a special Studio Nick character show called Celebrate Nickmas. So, how much did it cost? The renovation to create the resort ended up costing around $25 million, and a total of 777 suites were available to book. Prices fluctuated throughout the
700 rooms. Wow.
year. A 2-bedroom kid suite cost between $135 and $275 a night, while a 3-bedroom kid suite cost between $300 and $600 a night. The buffet
Wow,
was
man.
around $10
You gotta be so loaded to be
for
going
adults,
here,
$8 for kids,
dog.
and free for anyone under 12. The Nicktoons Cafe character dining cost $17 for an adult and $10 for kids. An all-access wristband in later years would allow guests access to the 4D experience and other activities in the mall area. This cost around $20. So if you did the math, a family of 4 spending 2 nights and a full day at the hotel would cost over $750 during peak season. While this was expensive, the Nick Hotel operated as a resort, with enough activities and attractions to keep guests on property during
Now I know why my dad never took me here, bro. It's way too expensive, man.
their stay. This was different than Disney, as more often than not, Walt Disney World Resort Hotel guests will be purchasing tickets to one or more of the property's theme parks. On April 30th, 2005, just over a month after the Nick Hotel opened its doors, Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios Florida closed. A time capsule had been buried outside of the studio in 1992. Kids voted on what they wanted to be placed in the capsule, and items such as a Back to the Future VHS, an MC
Piece of Berlin Wall. Who voted for that, bro? It's so random. Michael Jackson CD, bubblegum phone book, book of endangered species, pump sneakers, Hostess Twinkies. Wow.
Hammer CD, and a Nintendo Game Boy were buried. The capsule was to remain
Game
for
Boy,
50
good
years,
choice.
to be opened in 2042. After Nickelodeon Studios closed, the time capsule was moved to the Nick Hotel, where it was reburied and displayed for guests. The Nickelodeon Hotel continued to
We gotta open it on April 30th, 2042, guys.
hotel where it was reburied and displayed for guests. The
Hopefully I'll be there when they open it.
Nickelodeon Hotel continued to operate normally for
I'll be 50, guys.
over a decade, adding new entertainment options and shows periodically. In May of 2012, Double Dare Live, a new game show at Studio Nick based off of the hit TV show, debuted. In 2014, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Summer of the Shell began. Some rooms were rethemed to the heroes, and a laser maze based off of the TV show was added
Oh, they actually have something like this. That's so
to the
cool.
mall. In 2015,
No, laser mazes are awesome, though.
the Nick Hotel celebrated its 10th anniversary, but just a month after the celebration ended, the Nick Hotel would receive some devastating news.
No!
On January 29, 2016, Nickelodeon announced that the Nickelodeon Family Suites would be rebranded back into a Holiday Inn. The
Why, guys?
news, while sad for many, was not necessarily shocking. There were a few signs that the Nick Hotel might not be around for much longer. For one, Nickelodeon had a severely reduced presence at Universal Studios Florida, since Nickelodeon Studios had closed in 2005 and Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast had closed in 2011. While walk-around characters still appeared at the park, there was no attraction dedicated to Nickelodeon. This made marketing the resort and the park together slightly more difficult, and more than anything, it was an indication that an era of Nickelodeon was over. By 2016, the original branding was dated, as all of the shows, except
Wait, so they're just gonna destroy all this?
SpongeBob and the Fairly Odd Parents,
What happened to the water park, man?
had ended. Another issue was that the concept for the resort was flawed from the beginning. The Nick Hotel operated like an all-inclusive resort, similar to those found in tropical destinations. The problem was that the Nick Hotel was in the middle of Orlando. This made guests feel claustrophobic, as the resort was not sitting next to an ocean. They also wanted to go experience Orlando's many
I
attractions.
guess.
But for the price of the Nick Hotel, guests needed to stay on property to get their money's worth. However, these were all minor issues. The biggest reason for the debranding was Nickelodeon's new partnership with Charisma Hotels. This
Oh, snap.
was created to build Nickelodeon resorts throughout the world. The company had never gone
Oh, they're going worldwide.
through with the plans for expansion with Holiday Inn, most likely due to the Nick Hotel not being a massive success. The resort was popular, but it was clear that the Holiday Inn concept wouldn't
It seemed expensive over there, guys.
work outside of Orlando. The first Nickelodeon resort with Charisma Hotels would open in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic later in 2016. The new resort would have many attractions similar to the Nick Hotel, but it had a more elegant and subtle design and was located on a beach. The Punta Cana resort was met with glowing reviews, and
All because they didn't want to be next to a beach.
another resort
Or they did, rather.
was set to open in Riviera Maya, Mexico in 2019. Since Nickelodeon was focusing on a more luxurious resort brand, they decided to end their licensing contract with Holiday Inn. There was also one more reason
Oh, man. So it's only for the rich. Okay.
for the closure. The hotel was not in great shape.
Oh, that's so cool how they have the chairs in the water, though.
The Nickelodeon Hotel, 10 years later. These images may be disturbing.
No. No. I mean, like it's hard for them to do. I mean, come on now. Oh my gosh. What a mess. Guys, he's actually sourcing every image here as well. Jeez. I mean, guys, every hotel is gonna have this, bro. We're being a little too picky here, guys. There's nothing majorly wrong. Okay, there's some. But every motel has some.
2016, the Nick Hotel desperately needed a renovation. This meant either updating all of the Nickelodeon characters and properties, or removing them completely. The timing just happened to be perfect to end the contract. The resort was to receive a $30 million renovation along with the debranding. It was set to reopen on April 17, 2016.
Debranding.
However, construction delays pushed the project back nearly 2 months. Having been announced in January that it was to close, this put the Nick Hotel in a state of limbo for 5 months, and the hotel stayed open for most of the transformation. During this time, certain activities were discontinued, buildings were being repainted,
Look at it, man.
and logos were being removed.
Looks like a random motel.
The time capsule was once again dug up and moved to the Nickelodeon studios in Burbank. Less people were staying at the hotel during this time, and the resort felt abandoned. Many of the themed kid suites remained, despite the rest of the hotel being given a blue paint job and replacing all Nickelodeon logos with Holiday Inn. Many of the TVs and appliances had not been replaced since the hotel opened. The mall area was almost completely silent, with many of the attractions
Dang, bro.
and restaurants being renovated or removed. Finally, on June 1st, 2016, the resort reopened as the Holiday Inn Orlando Suites. The
Oh, there you have it, finally.
hotel still hosts family game shows. The food court
Oh, that's cool. Wait, they
opened with some new restaurants. The water
Stacker's
bucket is now
Deli.
dyed dark blue at certain times. The 4D
Oh.
theater now
it still lives on, guys.
shows some generic
Just no Nickelodeon.
movie. The laser maze is now themed to Batman, and the gift shop now sells both
Ooh,
Nickelodeon
nice.
and Disney merchandise. The prices have also
Snap.
dropped significantly, now typically below
$400 a night to this.
$100 a
There we go. There we go. That's proper.
night for a room with the kids
Charging too much of a premium just to have Jimmy Neutron.
suite. The Nick Hotel was an interesting experiment to say the least, because it didn't not work. Attendance was consistent, it wasn't completely neglected by either company, and it avoided what would have probably been a disastrous expansion. At the same time, it wasn't perfect. The design was cheesy, The activities were immature, and there was little to nothing for parents. Plus, Holiday Inn, known more for having economical prices rather than
And that one song about him.
luxurious facilities, was probably not the best choice for the partnership. Nickelodeon made the right decision in partnering with Charisma Hotels, and it is possible that many new Nickelodeon resorts will open in the future. While these new resorts best the Nickelodeon family suites in almost every category, it is still disappointing to see such an elaborate entertainment experience disappear. Seeing the debranded hotel, a skeleton of what it once was, is devastating to those that stayed there and the many more that wanted to.
Yeah, but we still have the bucket.
While it might be gone,
I'm just 100% happy because they still have the bucket.
the Nick Hotel leaves behind a decade of memories of Nickelodeon fans having the best day ever.
Nice. Created by Kevin Perjurer. Well, that's the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, check out Defunctland in the description. The Mr. Krabs is objectively the best meet and greet character on Hot Brand Line. 2018, Kevin sarcastically wonders why the Nick's Hotel honeymoon suites didn't last long. 2022, Kevin discovers that multiple children were conceived on... Oh gosh.